Hi, and welcome to Five9 CX Summit 2023. I am Nick Dellis, the Senior Vice President of International and Strategic Business, and I am really looking forward to having my special guest, Celia Fleischaker, the Chief Marketing Officer for Verint, one of our trusted partners. Hi, Celia.
Hi, Nick. Thanks for having me here.
Gosh, there's so many great questions to ask because there's so many changes that are happening in the world of customer experience, and quite honestly, the last 2 years have been pretty epic. Have they not?
They've been crazy.
Crazy, right?
Absolutely crazy.
I think that the pandemic really, psychologically kind of screwed people up. I'm thinking that it really started to make that instant need for service, the instant need for data and all that, so it's like if it's not now, you're going to lose me as a customer. What are you seeing?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that, right? The elevated expectations that customers have. They want to connect with the brand that they want to do business with however they want to. So they're kind of in the driver's seat is what happened. They started using digital channels. They had to in a lot of cases. They started wanting instantaneous answers. That chatbot, the IVA, needed to be smart. And so we did see a lot of elevated expectations. And at the same time, a lot of our customers, our joint customers especially, were dealing with limited resources and budgets. So we saw a lot of that. We talk about the engagement capacity gap, where it's tough because you have elevated expectations, but then you have really limited resources. And so how do you fill that gap? You fill it with our technology. That's how you close it.
Absolutely. You know what I love about our relationship too is the greatness is that we sell together, we strategize together. We have a true, real partnership, and it's global. And honestly, the U.S. I started running the U.S. market, the East for most of my career at the start of my career here at Five9, and now with the international channels and getting to work with the Latin American teams and the European teams and everything. There's this great joint effort to provide that great CX experience and doing it together, and of course beating the not so nice competition out there, because that's really important too, because we don't want to have a lot of that out there. So, how do you see our partnership evolving? How do you see that we're bringing more joy and more CX to our customers? What's your feeling around that?
I love the word joy. We'll use that instead of nice.
Not so nice.
Not so nice. The joy of CX, which I do love that tagline and that phrase that you're all using. It brings that nice emotion to what we talk about when we talk about CX, because it is very personal now. And then from a partnership perspective, like you said, we've been partners for years. And thank you to you all for that partnership. You've been our North America Partner of the Year for multiple years. You're expanding. I know you're running international. We're doing a lot internationally with you all as well now. And it's just been great to be able to partner together and to bring the joy of CX to our customers, whether it's how they interact and engage with their end consumer, and also how they're serving up a better experience, because it's not just about that end consumer, but what's happening with those employees and how they're bringing joy, and a great agent experience has been nice.
Now, it really, honestly, it has been an amazing relationship, because Verint is a trusted name, especially in the upmarket. And as we've organically grown our business and started to go upmarket to these larger and larger businesses, like the two large healthcare companies that we brought in, both of obviously joint customers, so thank God, and of course the joint customer that you have, it's a large logistics company that is a global logistics company. It's really starting to drive this amazing relationship even to the next level. And I believe and I've talked to some of the not so nice competitors, and they've said that we're hard to beat together, because we do work so strongly. But I think that it's just, besides the relationship, there's this great technology and technological advantage that we have together. And what should organizations be thinking about that? What is something that's going to make a big impact, in their business?
I think when organizations are thinking about tech and CX, they're coming back to a decision around data. They're talking about AI. And they're things that both of our companies spend a lot of time investing in and doing well so that our customers can reap those benefits. And we're seeing from an AI perspective a lot of emphasis. I mean, we've all heard ChatGPT more than maybe we want to sometimes, but we're seeing our joint customers actually really benefit and drive bottom line ROI, bottom line savings for what they're doing with their customers. So at the same time they're elevating CX, they're also able to lower cost. And that's what AI is able to do for them.
It's amazing because when I look at the technologies, I always look at it as three pillars, which is the before the engagement, during the engagement, and post engagement. So those three pillars together really make that true experience. And whenever I talk about AI, I always think of AI and automation because, okay, great,
Absolutely.
you got this AI. Now, what are you going to do with it? What are the actions that happen behind it? You want to really take it to that next level. Are you seeing more automation going on too in the organizations?
Yeah, we truly believe that the way you're going to close the gap is increasing CX automation. And how you're going to do that is you're going to take the right data, bringing that data together, and then using AI to drive that automation. Very intelligent and smart. I know you're the intelligent CX platform, perfect. Drive intelligence into those interactions and more understanding.
Yeah, totally. And I think with the rise in the interactions, there's, that, and we're going to see that continuously, whether it's shifting from the voice interactions to the digital interactions, which is we are seeing that a lot more. There's going to be a lot more data that needs to be crunched. And I believe that I see the smaller businesses are really adopting it. I think at like a clip of over 80%, like 87%
Right.
of small businesses are doing it. But the larger enterprises are really behind the game. Their data lakes aren't there. What are you seeing and what are you seeing to bridge that gap? And then how do you see these organizations unlocking the value of this so that they're not drowning in the data, they're actually actionable data?
Well, you're right. And we did joint research together. We announced it very recently. And that joint research showed that as you move up market, as you run into those enterprise customers that we're seeing a lot of success with, you end up seeing a lot of data silos. And the more channels that they're interacting with customers on, the more silos that are tending to be created. And so there is a big need for these companies to be able to pull that data together into a solution and then use it to drive and train their AI and drive analytics and insight and then finally automation. And so we are seeing a lot of companies find success in pulling that together because the insights they can drive from it, and it's not just the survey data or some of the basic stuff, but using things like speech and text analytics to understand really what's happening with that customer in every single interaction and drive improvement going forward.
Yeah, true. And I think real-time data is the key. If you're sitting there trying to analyze data that happened a day ago or 2 days ago, it's too late to change your business model. It's too late to move agents into the right places. We're also seeing a huge balance of virtual and human agents, and I talk about that all the time. In fact, I was in Colombia recently at a large bank. We had about 100 of their key decision makers talking about how this is impacting and how they're going to drive better self-service around it. Do you see that impact happening, and how is Verint playing together really well with Five9 around that?
We are seeing a lot there. I mean, digital is becoming as prominent or prevalent as voice. In some cases, people are moving to digital faster and using it more than even voice for some contact centers. And so being able to provide an intelligent experience via a chatbot or an IVA is so important, and having that information behind it. We saw a lot of people, the research we did, there's a lot of information there about conversational AIs and how many people have implemented it. But then you also saw at the same time people coming through to that survey and saying, hey, we don't love the self-service experience. We need it to be better. And the way you do that is through the smart and intelligent things that are happening through that digital experience, driving a better, more personalized experience through that virtual digital agent.
Yeah, that was the number one thing I saw doing. I did some independent research before I went and presented to teams. The number one issue was personalization. And then it was complexity of transactions, and of course, long wait times, and not being able to actually reach your end goal. And I think that our solutions together, we actually do help bring that personalization. We bring all the data to the forefront of the customer, the agent, and the business, so that we can get some real time results and help with a great and a joyful CX.
Joyful.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. And with that, I'd just like to say thank you for the time today to go through these amazing, issues and relationship that we have with Verint, and look forward to our next ventures together and winning larger deals. And I think we have a few more on the horizon.
Sounds good. Thank you, Nick. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Celia. Appreciate it too.